Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Business Insider. Tonight, we'll be talking about the green economy and its role in sustainable development. This will be our main topic for tonight. And as usual, dear viewers, we'll first take a look at the major economic stories making the headlines for this past week. And we start from earlier today, where the cabinet held its weekly meeting under Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli at the government premises in New Al Alamein to probe a number of political, economic and social files, as well as the latest developments in the international arena and repercussions of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis. The meeting discussed a number of issues, including important ministerial decisions and laws that aim to achieve development and welfare on all levels and attain economic and social stability, in addition to luring more investments. The meeting reviewed measures being taken in accordance with directives of His Excellency President Sisi, covering files of investment, industry, exportation, agriculture and market monitoring, together with ways of protecting limited income brackets and providing all citizens' needs. The meeting also tackled efforts to upgrade the country's various sectors, including health, education, transport and sports. Moreover, the social insurance protection umbrella and the customs files are figured high on the meeting's discussions. The Suez Economic Zone, the Suez Canal Economic Zone, signed a $40 million contract with Chinese Shanghai Shengda for the construction of a ready-made garment factory in the Suez Canal Economic Zone. The announcement was made yesterday. The first of its kind project in Al-Antara West Industrial Area will be implemented in 2 phases, the first of which will be carried out with a total of $28.5 million worth of investments. Production from the project will be fully exported to the US with a production capacity of 43 million pieces annually. Since 2019, Chinese Shanghai Shengda invested about $15 million in Ismailia Public Free Zone. And spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Ahmed Abu Zaid, said on Monday that the United States was keen on supporting the economic transition in Egypt, socio-economic development, as well as holding consultations on different regional affairs. Abu Zaid pointed out that Egypt had a significant weight on the regional and global scales, and that the US would be fulfilling many interests by consolidating its relations with the country. Abu Zaid asserted that the ties between Egypt and the US are strong, strategic, and extended for long decades. The Foreign Ministry spokesperson added that the US had been an integral economic and developmental partner to Egypt, something that reflects the latter's eagerness for ties with the regional superpower that is involved in several world affairs. Ambassador Abu Zaid finally expressed reassurance about the course of US-Egyptian relations. He also demanded investing more in those ties using different and diverse means, which had already begun. Time now for a short break here on Business Insider. When we come back, we'll be introducing you to our guests with us here in the studio. We'll be discussing with us our main topic for tonight, the green economy and sustainable development. We'll also be watching a report on our main topic. Please do not go away. Welcome back, dear viewers, and thank you for staying with us. And with us now here in the studio is Mr. Ahmed Khattab, economic analyst. A very good evening to you, Mr. Khattab, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you, Mr. Khattab. Dear viewers, allow us please to watch a report on our main topic for tonight and then come back and start our discussion.
Transitioning into a green economy is one of the main development issues adopted by the government, where the country is moving forward to address different environmental issues as part of Egypt's agenda. One of the most important steps is that the state is adhering to strict application of environmental sustainability standards in all projects and sectors. In this regard, the Economic and Social Development Plan reflects the keenness to monitor all projects and initiatives of the various awarding bodies that have an environmental impact and support sustainable green growth, with the aim of raising the percentage of investments directed to the green economy from its current level from 30% to about 40% of the total public investment in 2023-2024 and up to 50% by 2024-2025. Minister of Planning, Dr. Hala Al-Said, indicated that the plan for the new fiscal year 2023-2024 aims to complete the second phase of the project to create an interactive map of the risks and threats of the effects of the climate change on Egypt and to expand the monitoring network of the industrial network of the emissions network by adding 13 monitoring points as well as implementing 12 field trips to monitor water quality in the Mediterranean, in the Red Sea, and in other lakes. The plan also includes, according to Al-Said, the launch of initiatives aimed at promoting environmental awareness, including Beautiful Egypt and Get Ready for Green, and the tendency to plant 1.5 million trees in light of the presidential initiative. Al-Said also drew attention to the multiplicity of the projects aimed at adapting to climate change, for example, projects of the Ministries of the Agriculture and Water Resources and Irrigation in the field of organic agriculture, protective agriculture, cropping structures that are resistant to environmental stresses, projects to rehabilitate and line canals, cover canals and drains, and programs to develop and diversify sources. Water desalination projects in the coasts of Egypt, South Sinai, and the Red Sea with capacities ranging between 30,000 and 130,000 cubic meters per day, triple sewage treatment plants in Matruh, and other projects carried out by the Ministry of Housing, Utilities, and New Urban Communities.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us, and thanks to Abir Hussein and Rasha Abdul Hamid for this report back here in the studio with Mr. Ahmed Khattab, the economic analyst. Mr. Khattab, I would like to start first, if you would allow me, by defining the green economy, the term green economy.
Yeah, the green economy, aims to lead the investment of the country, but with a very essential rule of the environment. And all the environmental sector and the private sector have the ability to work and launching new industry and city, but it should be green industry, green homes, in order to be matching with environment and with all the goals of the environment, and in order to be sustainable. So green economy is very effective in the coming 20 or 30 years at least. Why? Because the world nowadays focus in the green investment in the green economy, and all the world work together, especially in order to reduce the carbon emission, because according to the climate change, nowadays all the world face the problem of very hot weather, especially for Canada, very hot weather, and also in the Arab country and in Europe. So because of this, the world invest about $10 billion in the green economy in order to reduce CO2 in the future.
You mentioned Canada, so I know you're a member of the Egyptian-Canadian Council. What hot weather is in Canada? I mean, Canada, one of the, of course, coldest countries in the world. But is it seeing a summer wave, a heat wave? Now?
Yes. So nowadays, Canada faces a very hot wave and a lot of hot weather problem face all the Canadian citizens, and because Canada has a cold weather not matching with a very hot weather, so as a government also spend more money to face the climate change in Canada, and all Europe also at the same time face the same problem.
Right. Now, there is a program here for the green economy in Egypt, and Egypt has been a champion for green economy. Egypt has a global role to play. It has already played and is continuing to play in fighting global warming. We saw Egypt hosting COP27 last November in Sharm el-Sheikh. Talk to us about Egypt's vision, Mr. Khattab, in this file, and the leading role it has played globally in this file.
Egypt take a very effective role in the green economy process, especially after we hosting climate change or COP27 forum in Sharm el-Sheikh, and next year we will also participate with Dubai, Emirates,
yes,
in the COP28. So we can say the transfers of the COP27 from Egypt to United Arab Emirates. So such a great effort done in COP27 will also start to take process in the COP28 in United Arab Emirates, because the two countries have a very good relation in this file, especially after the climate change all the world face nowadays, especially in a very hot weather. I think Egypt, according to Sustainable Development Goals, like Minister of Planning, Dr. Hala Said, speak in the report, we take a lot of achievement in this file, especially we have been banned on energy power. This is a great example of the green economy take place in Egypt. Also the transformation of the Egypt in order to reduce the carbon in by building greenhouse, by building green industry, by reducing the carbon emission in every way, in transportation, in land management, water management, water also reuse of the water is a very effective side of the environment, green economy, and investment in the green economy. Right. So Egypt takes the right direction in this file, and the Minister of Environment also make awareness to all industry, make awareness to all people in Egypt in order to reduce the carbon.
Right. There are many dimensions of sustainable development. They include the economic file, the environmental file, which must be linked to the green economy, and also the economic one. There's also the social and technical dimensions, and Egypt is keen to make progress in all of these dimensions. Could you talk to us about that?
Yeah, Egypt take many social dimension and economic dimension and financial dimension also to cover, to protect the environment from the pollution, and to help Egyptian citizens to live in a clear environment from pollution. And I think President Sisi, once he starts to move the government to a new capital administrative city, we will find a green building, a green solar energy power in all way, and in all the governmental also building. So solar energy power covering all the greenhouse and green governmental building also. Transportation also by solar energy power and by electricity car will be ideal process of the transportation, and new monorail, new trains. So a lot of this solution Egypt take in file of the green economy will be add value, and the world looks to Egypt as a key country in the Middle East, and the key country in Africa, and the key country in the investment of sustainable development goals, especially the world look forward for more investment in solar energy power, more investment in water management. So Egypt takes the right direction, especially after COP27, and we send a clear message to the world: please come and invest with us in Egypt in the green economy.
Right. Now, green economics is loosely defined as any theory of economics by which an economy is considered to be a component of the ecosystem in which it resides. That's one of the definitions of green economics. And some economists view green economics, Mr. Khattab, as a branch or subfield of more established schools. How do you see green economics as an area of study?
Green economic is a huge amount of investment, more than, as we said before, more than 10.3 billion US dollar invested in the green economy. Why green economy? Because all the world focus in this file in order to encourage the investor to invest in the green economy. America, for example, make a lot of advantage to the investors who want to invest in green economy. Canada, Canada also, the process of water waste in Canada, we can use every drop of water 7 times, and Egypt aims to do this. Also, we have a recycle, also recycling of water, and it's very effective. Reuse of land management in Egypt is very effective. A lot of also wind solar energy power launching and start take operation in Egypt. It will be very effective. We aim to 12% of electricity power to be created from the wind power energy. So use of
that's very ambitious.
Yeah,
and it's good, and it's a great way forward and a perfect path. But there are challenges. Could you tell us about some of the obstacles or the challenges facing Egypt and the world?
The main point face the challenge of the green economy is the cost of the green economy. If we compare it by the normal economy, it will be still costly enough, or the costly bigger than the normal economy. But
that's in the short term, right?
Yeah, in short term. But in a long term, all the government and all the institutions of the world aims to reduce this cost, and also it takes also the process of transformation from the normal economy to the green economy, and it take times. Some projects need a short term from 1 year to 5 years, and some in huge industry still need from 10 to 20 years in order to take the right direction, especially after the Russian-Ukrainian war. Germany, for example, take a very good achievement in the green economy file. But once the Russian-Ukrainian war take place, a lot of file related to the green economy postponed for 5 or 10 years, for example. So the stability of the world and the political situation of the world also will determine the period and the time we need for the transfer from normal economy to the green economy. Stability of the world will process this file. We speed the process of transformation to the green economy, but still we need the time, the money enough. We still need the time to make some agreement between the country also, because a lot of the country should take the right direction, and all the world should approve.
There has to be a political will.
Yes, political will. So the condition of the world nowadays not aims to increase to investment in the green economy. Why? Because a lot of the key countries in the world, like Europe, like France, like Germany, have a challenge of the Russian-Ukrainian war. Once this war is stopped, we take the right direction to invest in the green economy in the very faster way.
So when you say we need to do it fastly, you mean you believe it's a necessity? It's no longer something luxurious to think green, but it's a must to go green in the next decades?
Yeah, we should be more speed in this file, and we should take a lot of international agreement, encourage this file. Also, COP27 and COP28 will be in United Arab Emirates. Will focus in a lot spending of the money and the finance and all the aid from the key country, like USA, for example. And the key country should invest more in the aids, especially presented to African city and African country. Why? African country is the less country in the file of carbon. But we suffer more than Europe in this file because of the very hot weather. So I think we have
it's a just cause.
And we have the opportunity to invest in this file and to send a message to the key countries in the world like America, like Germany. Please come and help Africa to invest more in the green economy.
To save the planet.
And to save the planet.
At large,
yeah.
Because everybody is at risk.
Yes.
Mr. Khattab, Karl Burkhardt defined the green economy as based on 6 main sectors: renewable energy, green buildings, sustainable transport, water management, waste management, and land management. Talk to us about each of these sectors, please. Start with renewable energy.
Renewable energy, we have a great achievement in this file in Egypt. So been solar energy power and wind also energy power in Egypt. Take a wonderful achievement in this file. A lot of international associations send a thanks, like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank send thanks to Egypt in this file. Also,
green buildings.
Green building, we transfer in Egypt to green building, especially in new capital administrative city and the new island city, and all the new.
You talk to us about the transport, the sustainable transport, the new.
Yes.
The electric
trains, electric mineral, and all this also electric car also. This is a very effective. Also water management and the reuse of water in plantation and the commission of land also will be very effective file. Land management. So all this file is very effective in the economy, and this reuse is a very effective use of our resource. Will be add value to the economy and will lead the Egyptian citizens and also all the citizens in the world have a better life.
Yes. Finance is usually a problem when it comes to the environmentally friendly businesses and the green economy. Could you talk to us about the finance file? How important is finance? How important is it to pour in money into green economy projects now so as to bear fruit in the future, be it in Egypt or globally?
Financing of the project is the main thing will lead to success of the green economy project. Why finance? Finance is very effective in order to start green home. Finance is very effective to start green industry. Finance is very effective to support the better life of the Egyptian citizen in dealing with the governmental association also and the private sector. In this case, let me focus on the very effective role of the private sector in financing the green economy and financing the solar energy power also, and invest in this file. A lot of Egyptian private sector in Egypt invest in solar energy power, for example, and also green home. A lot of the private sector invest in this kind. So the private sector have a very effective role in financing the green economy in order to take place in Egypt. And in the future, all the industry related to the green economy will take a high profitability than the normal economy.
Right. Mr. Khattab, what's the relationship between the green economy and technology? And how can the world, including Egypt, benefit from the technological revolutions that we are seeing everywhere in helping the path of the green economy?
Technical revolution is very effective to the green economy. Why? Technological revolution is very effective because it saves time, it saves money, it make a faster communication. For example, the meeting in the corona pandemic, we take all the meeting through social media or connection by internet. So it facilitates the process of connection, and in the same time make a cost saving. And in the future, once we have new technology and we will save a lot of services, even it's a private services or the governmental service through the internet, and this will make their life very easy, and will support the Egyptian citizen or all citizens in the world by tax pollution from electronic solution, and it will be add also, and a lot of international association, international country make a lot of investment in the field of electronic revolution.
Just like the economy historically has had indices to measure its performance, now there are indices for the green economy. Green indices have emerged recently to measure you know, how developed is that or this green economy. Measurements or indices in transport and energy, in tourism, there's something called green tourism, in investment, and so on. Could you talk to us about these indices? And I want to ask about green tourism, because this is also a relatively new term.
Yeah, green tourism is very effective, and also it's one more attractive investment in the green economy. And I think all the government in every country have a lot of measurement to how this country go to green economy. And Egypt in Sustainable Development Goals also aims to go to the green economy by 2030. And all the cabinet in Egypt also work in this file to be more advanced in Egypt. Why? Because Egypt as a key country in Africa, Egypt as a key country in Middle East, aims to attract more foreign direct investment in this field. And Egypt as a key country in Middle East, we have a Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea, and we have a lot of resorts. So the green...
so we are working on green tourism, right?
Yeah, green tourism is very effective, and especially in Sharm el-Sheikh, in Sinai, and in Aswan also, and in the new Alman city.
Yeah.
We have North Costa is very attractive city, especially in the summer, in the very hot summer we face. So Egypt, I think, is a green tourism.
And in the oasis in the west also, right?
Yes.
Al-Wahat and
yes, Al-Wahat, yeah. Ecology, yes. And we have a lot of ecology also. Yeah. So such a resort and ecology will support the Egyptian economy and support the green economy, and will encourage the foreign investor to come and invest in Egypt, especially in this field.
You know, Mr. Khattab, despite the fact that almost everybody seems to agree on how green economy will benefit the whole world, and not just and for a long term, but some criticize the green economy. Some say that there are opponents, but there is, you know, always the other side. So some critics argue that, you know, it's not so urgent. We don't have to spend so much now. The world already has its problems. Let's focus on them first, solve them gradually, and then think green in the future. This is not something that is, you know, pressing us strongly. There are some critics. So what's your response to the critics of the green file?
As I said to you before, the green economy is a very effective file to all the world, and all the leaders and the decision makers of the world know 100% the green economy is very effective. But some countries face a shortage in energy sector, especially like Germany, like France, postponed this file until they have more surplus, especially in the liquid gas and the petroleum and or fuel sector. So I think the key country in the world, especially depend in the industry, like China, like also should take another solution in order to take the right direction of the green economy. Even it's costly more than the normal economy, but we should be with a huge and multinational and international association take the right direction of go towards the green economy, because it's affect our life in the future. So CO2 reduction, using of CO2 is very effective to the world, and I think COP28 will focus in this point also, and will focus on the subsidies and support from key country to the Africa country and to the Arab country. Especially we have very effective, we are effective directly with the carbon emission from the heavy industry in Europe and heavy industry in America, for example, and in China. But we aim to spend more in the green economy in order to take the right direction and to matching the goal of Sustainable Development Goals 2030.
Certainly, and finally, COP28 will try to build on COP27.
Yes.
And COP27 was a huge success and a breakthrough and something very important in the road to the green economy. So what should we expect from COP28?
Yeah,
what do you wish to see?
I'm said to all my friends from Egypt to United Arab Emirates. So from a key country, Egypt, in the Arab and the Middle East and Africa, to key country in the Gulf. So United Arab Emirates, I hope they will be very organized well and very ready well to organizing successful COP28 like Egypt, and the very good relation between the two countries as an Arab country, and the very good relation between the two leaders of the two countries will also support two countries to be leader. And I'm said to all my friends from Egypt to United Arab Emirates, but we take some effective decision related to the environment in COP27, and we should apply this decision in COP28 in United Arab Emirates. And I think, inshallah, the Arab country will take the right direction, especially in the file of environment. And we we're working together as Arab country for better life to all the Arab citizens in the region.
Indeed. On that note, dear viewers, on behalf of you, we thank very much our dear guest with us here in the studio, Mr. Ahmed Khattab, the economic analyst and the member of the Egyptian-Canadian Council. Thank you very much, sir. It's been informative. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you.
Thank you, and
thank you, dear viewers, for watching us. Next week, same time, inshallah, is a new episode of Business Insider. Until then, this is Mohammed Abdelrahim wishing you a very good night.